Jeopardy contestant has big swing and miss with who is Caitlin Clark answer. I don't even understand how you make this mistake, but I guess I'm not a nerd. On a recent episode of Jeopardy, one of the categories that the contestants had to go through was sporty stuff, and considering how it was a bunch of geeks competing, they couldn't have come up with a better name. This Yukon star had an intense spring in 2025, playing on her first national championship team and being picked first in the WNBA draft. Read the clue in the $800 question of the category. A photo of the player popped up with the clue, but if you pay attention to the WNBA you wouldn't even need that to recognize who is Paige Bueckers is the answer. WNBA snubs Caitlin Clark in wild giveaway to Angel Reese. Well, contestant Rahul Kak clearly doesn't pay attention, because when he gave his answer, it was a big swing and miss. This is utter proof that Caitlin Clark is the WNBA. Not in the WNBA, she is the WNBA. When it comes to the mainstream audience and the conversation about the league comes up, people immediately start talking about Clark. And as you just saw, people are out here losing money because everything associated with the WNBA is about Caitlin Clark. Fever HC Stephanie White drops heartbreaking news on Caitlin Clark's return timeline after groin injury. The Indiana Fever continued their 4-game West Coast road trip Sunday, August 3rd, with star guard Caitlin Clark still sidelined by a lingering groin injury. Traveling with the team and even spotted in practice gear ahead of the matchup in Seattle, Clark's presence fueled optimism that her return could be near. However, coach Stephanie White shared an update on Clark's injury that left Fever fans with more questions than answers and a heavy dose of heartbreak. What did Stephanie White reveal about Caitlin Clark's injury status? Speaking to reporters before Sunday's game against the Seattle Storm, White revealed that while Clark's recovery is progressing, the team is still unable to predict when she'll be cleared to play. We've had updates from the training staff, and her recovery is going well, White said. You know, for us it's staying the course and making sure that we're really diligent about each step that we take and that we don't have setbacks, and that we're patient with it. White's next words hit hardest for fans waiting weeks for good news. I know she wants to be out here on the floor, and we want her out here on the floor, but making sure that she's ready is the most important thing. I still don't know how far we are. We're going to take it one step at a time, one day at a time, and go from there. The update comes even after the Fever's July 24 statement, which confirmed no additional injuries or damage were discovered following further medical evaluations. Despite that encouraging report, there remains no timeline for Clark's return, leaving uncertainty hanging over her return on the court. This latest setback follows a rough stretch of injuries that have interrupted Clark's otherwise stellar college and professional career. She's had to sit out with a quad issue, a left groin strain, and now this lingering right groin injury that has already kept her off the court for 7 straight games. Along the way she missed marquee events, including the Commissioner's Cup final and the WNBA All-Star Game moments fans had waited months to see. How the Fever have fared without Clark. Sunday's gritty 78-74 win over the Storm marked the 16th regular season game Clark has missed this year. She was already out for Friday's much-anticipated matchup against Paige Bueckers and the Dallas Wings. Missing the Storm game brought her right groin injury tally to 7 missed games since July 15. Despite losing their superstar, the Fever have pieced together a 9-7 record without Clark, including this latest 5-game winning streak that has lifted them to 17-12 on the season and ahead of Seattle in the overall standings. Ari McDonald, brought in to help cover Clark's absence, has done her part, averaging 9.8 points, 4.7 assists, and 2.2 rebounds in 18 games, giving Indiana a steady presence at guard. But even with these contributions, there's no hiding the fact that the Fever aren't the same without Clark's elite playmaking and scoring on the floor. Now, as the Fever move deeper into their 4-game West Coast road trip with upcoming matchups against the Los Angeles Sparks and Phoenix Mercury, uncertainty lingers. The sight of Clark traveling with the team has fueled hope, but White's latest words are a stark reminder: the return everyone's waiting for may still be a long way off.